You hear the theme, you know what day it is. Brian from the Lido joins us. How's it going today, sir?
Happy hump day, Dub.
Yes, indeed. It's sunny out. It's nice. It's warming up.
It is.
There's lots to be happy about in this exact moment, you know?
My Luna Lounge is dry.
Oh.
I shoveled it all off here last week. And
Does that mean you're going to have it open for something very soon? Or
the
you're
polar patio? I don't know.
The polar patio? Is that the winter name for it?
Well, I thought I was so smart building that thing. And you know, it's just like the snow falls on the big roof at the Lido, and then the north wind blows, and it blows it off the big roof onto
I
the
guess so, hey?
Luna Lounge. And then if you build a 4-foot wall all the way around it, the snow can't blow off it.
So what you're saying is this was quite the job to get the snow off of the
Didn't
Lido
think it
Lounge.
through. Yeah. Just another one of those act first, think later. Yeah.
What do you... This might, and I apologize if this is boring for anyone listening, but because you're on, you've got this lounge on the roof and you've got streets all around you. Are you just like shoveling it onto the street or the sidewalk and then shoveling the sidewalk? Or did you have to come up with another spot to put the snow especially?
Well, it is something. Like I look at the Luna Lounge the same as I would look at the sidewalk.
Yeah.
You know, it is a usable piece of real estate, and they expect us to shovel our sidewalks off, and so I shovel it. Now I take it. I don't want to cause any rifts, right? So what I do is I shovel off the Luna, which is about, it's by the time I get it to the second stage, it's about 4 feet deep, right? So it's a lot of snow. So I shovel it from there off onto the street, and then I shovel the sidewalk as well to make sure it's nice and clean, and then I hire a bobcat. To come and pick it up and take it over to the lot next door where there's a great big pile of city snow. And
and then you don't have to push a snow shovel by yourself across the street to the lot.
Bucket by bucket.
You thought about a blowtorch, Brian? Would that make...
we do have a good drainage system up there. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Something to think about.
But it's interesting. We hope. And I'm really happy about the snowfall that we've received.
Yeah.
And I look at how many trucks are running around out there and snow blowers and city equipment. And you know what? That's lucrative. There are businesses in town that rely on snow removal.
Yeah.
And if there's no removing of the snow, it again, we don't think of all these things that are tied in with our weather, with our 4 seasons of the year.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's good to see all the boys out there and they're double tandems all driving snow around and dumping it places and keeping the city clean. And it's looking really good out there,
Absolutely.
It is, especially a day like today, the sun's shining.
There's nothing better than a sunny day in the wintertime. So get out there and enjoy it. I was just going to say, when that first snow hit again after whatever it was, a month and a half without it, I imagined these city employees who run the snow removal stuff being like, unplugged from their not coffin, that's not the word I'm looking for, unplugged from their little like bio thing that they have in the Matrix, or like then waking up like, well, you need to clear snow again after a month-long sleep, kind of like they're in cryostasis on a spaceship.
That's right.
Anyway,
Dub, I pictured you as a sci-fi guy, and now we've made it a reality.
It's very clear what I'm into now.
It is it's interesting how the weather changes here so quickly.
Yeah.
High on ice. There was no snow around. They were packing it in. They were trying to make it.
Yeah, they had that snow-making machine out there.
Celebration, yeah.
And they did a pretty good job, given that they had all the snow in Fort St. John to make the ice slide hill, and then they got that snow-making machine. But then, it was like the next week we got the
dump. Yeah, and then of course that hit when we really could have used this weather for Crystal Cup. And those poor buggers are out there shoveling, trying to keep the ice from pebbling up and stuff. And there are challenges in the north.
Yes, that's for sure.
And it's funny because these are first world problems.
Absolutely,
we're not in a terrible way by any means, but it is. It's coming.
Right. And I mean, the good thing is when you do have challenges in the north with snow removal, with putting on events like the Crystal Cup and whatnot, you have a place to go to relax in the Lido, eh, Brian?
That's right. Hey, nice
Get
segue.
that segue.
Nice segue. I think you were missing in action last week, wasn't it? Yes.
Yes, I was. I was like, what are you talking about? But yes, I was. Sorry. See how missing in action I really was?
We managed to slug through it. It was great. But I had mentioned to her that we had 165 people show up for a trivia night. These are all teams of 6. It's so interesting what what entertainment is. You know, that these people all came there. They had a couple of cocktails. They all challenged each other, and you know, there was a winning team, obviously, and a team with the least score.
This was Booze Clues for the French immersion kids, right?
That's right. Yeah, and so good. And they made their goal. They needed to get a certain amount of money, and
awesome.
They made it. And she did such a good job. We just had canvas and cocktails.
Yeah.
Which is you know, it's a painting party. A lot of times they're held in some of the pubs and things around town. So we thought, you know what? We've got a big theater with a big screen, and we can show painting strokes, and we can play, you know, some classical music and that. And lots of the gals came up to us afterwards and said, you know, it's really nice because a lot of times when you go to these painting parties, it's really noisy and loud, and it's not relaxing at all. And a few of the gals there, Michelle said that, you know, it's fantastic that you can go there and it's quiet. Yeah. And I'm always thinking like, oh, this is pretty quiet. Maybe we should play a little AC/DC or something and ramp it up a bit. But there are expectations of different ways to entertain. Yeah. And we're fortunate that we can touch in lots of those. You know, we had the singles crib tournament. That was fun. Brad Small was a no-show. I think it's something like that. You know, little chicken sound. We'll get him in on the next one. I know he loves the crib games, but he unfortunately was unable to make it. But it was good. You know, I got to play in it. It is a great way to just unwind. Mm-hmm. You know, you sit down, you have a few drinks, you say hello to somebody you've never met before, have a game of cribbage, and then move on to the next person. You know, it's lots of fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
Urban Systems is doing kind of a, what would we say, a mentor program where they have a bunch of people within industries, nursing, policing, fire. You know, they have representatives from everybody in Fort St. John, different walks of life, different careers. And we've got a bunch of students coming in, and they're going to talk to these people about what it's like to be and you finish the sentence.
Oh, very cool.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that, having them in here and hopefully help guide some careers. It's kind of fun, a little trade showish kind of thing. Tuesday, we have 100 Women Who Care, and I know you're familiar with that. I think the city of Fort St. John's familiar with that. Mm-hmm. They're just doing so well, getting the word out, having the people attend. Again, what is the entertainment? You know, you got a couple hours, you come have a glass of Pinot, and you listen to, you know, charities that you've never heard of before. Sometimes others are certainly more prevalent in the community. You know, you certainly know of them, and they have an opportunity to walk away with $10,000 plus. Yeah, and it's so good. And I keep saying we need to have 50 fellas. We need to get out there and we need to do that same thing because it's about the camaraderie of it all. It's about being able to help. It's about community, and it's a really, really cool event. And Fort Motors always. Bud and Lisa always sponsor a glass of wine or a beverage for everybody who attends. That's really nice of them. Brown's Social House gives everybody a discount on a discount coupon. Macro Industries, they're bringing out the bowls of popcorn, supplying that to everybody too. And Petit Pedal, they always give door prizes too. So it seems to be more and more people are actually contributing to this event just to make it just an all-around wonderful evening. So that's happening. What is that? That is on the 12th of March. Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, March 12th.
That's right.
Are there still spaces available for that, by the way, Brian?
There's always spaces available. Yeah, even if you have to sit in my office and watch it.
Fair
You know
point.
what? There's no such thing as sold out.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean, you can not even attend and still donate to the cause. Mm-hmm. Many people who aren't able to attend they do the registration over the internet and submit their $100, and it's kind of cool.
Wonderful.
We are turning it up loud and proud. AC/DC tribute Saturday, March the 16th. It's going to be fun. Yeah. We haven't had them since 2019. Definitely I think they're the best tribute out there to the AC/DC group. Even Darcy Deutsch, who was the lead singer of Prism for years, a local guy, he happened to come to one of the shows there, and he goes, I have no idea how that guy can maintain that level, 3-4 nights a week. Yeah. It's just just singing at that pitch. It's just crazy. But it's a real fun night. Fort St. John's own Unresolved is opening for them. Nice. A bunch of head-banging rockers. Those guys really love their music, and they love to support all the other artists in town as well. So they're They're going to be there as well, opening up for AC/DC. March 17th, the Irish Open. Last year, we had done the first Irish Open, and I thought we would have some way to embarrass somebody who gets nothing, who gets a zero hand, and you just have to stand up and you announce.
Yeah.
And when you do, we present you with the rubber chicken. And so I did not think, I was running around there with the chicken with my head cut off, but I'm actually bringing this chicken to so many different places in the hand that we're getting zeros. Then they just started firing it across the room. Yeah. Somebody did a chicken, and this chicken would fly across the room to the guy who just got a zero or the gal who just got a zero, and lots of fun. Again, that usually sells out at roughly 160, 165 people in that tournament. It's a big one.
And that's cribbage singles or?
No, this is doubles.
Doubles. It is a doubles.
Most of our tournaments are doubles with the exception of the 29th. We are going to have another singles tournament, just not sure when.
Yeah.
We kind of plug it in. We're looking at Christmas parties already.
Oh, my goodness.
I know, it's crazy. We haven't even got the snow off the ground yet. Yeah. We have, and I think I'm allowed to announce this, and if I'm not, that's okay. Moose movies over spring break.
Yeah.
You guys are doing it again for the community.
Thanks to CN Rail.
CN Rail's our big sponsor for that. Yeah. Nice. Well, it is. It's so cool to see it. So it's almost like we're the little preemie theater. When you see these little kids come in and they have, in hand, and we get the little bags of popcorn, and sometimes they can't make it through a whole movie. And it's okay. You go to the lobby and you hang out. Maybe change a diaper.
Yep.
Install a bottle, whatever. But it's really neat to see the little people in there still utilizing the old movie theater as a movie theater too.
Yeah.
So we do that lots. Landon Cecil, more comedy coming up. We're pretty excited about these guys. They're YouTube sensations. They're internet guru guys, and they're super funny. They are selling their own show, and that's one thing that with the Lido, we don't have to produce or present all the shows.
Yeah.
Like if someone has an idea out there, like Canvas and Cocktails, that was brought to us by our very own employee, Kirby. And which we said to our gals is if there's something that you want to do, take the lead, take the role on it, and bring it to the theater. And she did Canvas and Cocktails, and it was great. It was a huge success. I look forward to doing another one. It's just, what is entertainment? It's whatever makes you get the heck out of your house and hang out with others. It's important.
All right. Well, lots of events coming up at the Lido as per usual. If you want to buy tickets for those events and find out more, you head over to the lido.ca for that.
Psst. Hey, Dub.
Yeah.
We have a Michael Bublé tribute coming.
Stay
tuned.
You don't know the date yet, or you can't say it yet?
Oh, no, I do.
Okay.
But the ink hasn't dried yet on the paper.
All right. So Michael Bublé tribute. More on that coming
up.
It's
going to be romantic. It's going to be lovely.
I want to make sure I do say quickly, though, to get your tickets for Spring Break Movies at the Lido, brought to you by CN Rail, you do go to moosefm.ca/movies to get those, and those tickets are free. Brian, always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you, sir.
Dub, it's always great. Happy Wednesday, everyone.
The spring edition